firm believer that Dr. Lee is the real thing. Seen him do Kung Fu and it's impressive, and his acupuncture is just as impressive.
With regards to his teaching on the mat, I mean, it's a gift. It's an absolute gift. And what he does on the acupuncture table is pretty amazing too.
He is always a very receptive person and does everything he can to help anyone who comes in here.
Every time I walk in the door, it's like, I've come home.
He's very patient. He's very encouraging.
I think he is superlative. He's a natural teacher and he does it well.
He can break it down into simple segments that are easy to understand.
He is a real master, and he is a true master.
As far as a martial arts instructor goes, I've seen none better than Master Lee.
There are people who come from all over to meet Master Lee.
8 years now, 12 times a year. It's a 4.5-hour drive.
Regardless of the miles, I was going to come here and train and be here. I have to be here. I have to learn this teaching from this teacher because this is the real thing.
As a physician, he is focused, compassionate, gentle.
Trying new things, old things, whatever works.
He does care, and his goal is to help you heal completely.
Just a fantastic human being.
Before I started coming here, I was degenerate, crippled.
When I walked in to see him, I had my joints were killing me, my muscles hurt, I was depressed, I had headaches, I had migraines, I had just had my 3rd sinus surgery.
I suffer from psoriatic arthritis. Very severe form and case, it's really unusual.
My stomach hurt all the time. Everything I ate, even water, upset my stomach.
It was a miracle for me to get from my room to the bathroom without falling or having some sort of issue.
I was living from doctor's appointment to doctor's appointment, medication after medication.
I've also had to go through multiple forms of medication, biologics, painkillers. I'm currently on a medication called methotrexate.
The medications I was on, Fosamax, Ambien, Vioxx, sulfasalazine, Synthroid, Flexeril, Percocet, oh my gosh, Premarin, Paxil, Abilify, Nexium. I lived on Nexium for my stomach. I was on Synthroid for my thyroid, Imitrex for my migraines, Deconamine for my sinus, Miralax, Keppra, Xanaflex, Flonase. I mean, they just kept me on medications, just kept changing them.
I went to a pain clinic at Brooks. It dealt with the pain, but not with the overall needs of the body.
Here's a list of all the doctors that I had seen, so that if Dr. Lee had any further questions, he could contact these doctors.
But ever since coming here, it's the difference between night and day. I'm able to walk, I'm able to exercise, I'm able to do the things that I've wanted to do for a very long time.
My husband said, my wife used to get up and it was a challenge for her to do simple daily routines. She's getting dressed. Sometimes she was in so much pain she didn't get out of bed. Now she gets up early in the morning, she's busy all day, she's laughing, she's having fun, she's enjoying life. I got my wife back.
Before, I was using a power chair rather than a cane, and then I moved to a walker, and now to the cane, and hopefully, I'm hoping, soon I will be able to walk without assistance. But it's not because of what the doctors gave me, but because of what this center has given me.
I don't take any medication now. Yay! That is one of the highlights of my life.
My medication list used to be miles long. Now it's shortened to 5, and I'm hoping to slowly wean myself off of those eventually. And I could only have done that with his help.
We got to a point where I was doing really well. I was becoming really active in community things and my son's school, and you're talking a matter of a couple of months.
Within the last week alone, I've made up ground that has taken me in the past years to recover.
I went from existing to living, and there is a profound difference.
It is the part of my week that I look forward to most because I know every time I come in, I come out better.
Do I think it works? I know it works.
And I couldn't say I'm any happier.
I'm in a great place.
We enrolled her for martial arts, especially Kung Fu, because of the usual things like confidence. She's extremely shy, and this has helped her come out of her shell quite a bit, having to step up and sometimes be the leader in exercise, where they'll ask her what exercise is next or to count out loud. And she does not like having to speak out loud still, but she will do it. And the physical improvement is showing too. She can run really far without being tired like most kids would be. She can handle herself. She no longer wants me around. Used to be I could not even leave. So she's definitely on her way to becoming a regular kid, able to talk to other children and not just be a pushover. She can defend her position, not just give in to other kids. And of course you feel extremely proud to see your daughter going so far so fast. I figured she would do okay, but she's been doing very well apparently, so very proud of her, and everybody else in the family is too.
When I started, I weighed 163 pounds. Today, I weigh 131 pounds. I tried Weight Watchers, and this was several years back, and I had some results with it, but as soon as I stopped that program, the weight came back and more. I had gotten out of shape. I had gotten overweight. I didn't want to do anything. My self-esteem was very low. I didn't want to go places. I remember when I started, I couldn't do one push-up, not one. My last test, I did 35 push-ups, and I couldn't do a crunch when I started because my stomach was so big it would get in the way. Now I can do 35 sit-ups. With this, I don't have a program. I just come and I do the forms, I do the class, and I don't really have to worry so much about what I eat. It had been years since I put a bathing suit on. I put a bathing suit on this summer and we went out boating. I feel like a whole new person. Ta-da!
My name's Richard May. I'm an artist by profession. I have a studio in Fort Lauderdale. 8 years ago, I asked Master Lee to be one of his students after making several trips up here and realizing what a fantastic teacher he was and how much I enjoyed coming up here. And his students, the energy here is unbelievable.
I'm a music producer. I've been doing that for the past 25 years. It's taken me all over the world. It's allowed me to work with amazing, talented people. Quincy Jones, I've worked with Ricky Martin for the past 15 years. I've worked with Jennifer Lopez, Christina Aguilera, Carlos Santana, Sting. The first time I actually came, I was literally took, 7 planes in 10 days traveling, and from that grueling schedule just to get here to train with him.
Best teacher I've ever had. And the fact that he practices what he preaches. He lives the same way as what he teaches to his students.
Very rarely do you get to see a master that actually practices and can actually perform it in front of you.
I did Tai Chi for about 7 years, about 20 years ago. And I've learned more about Chi development in the 4 or 5 sessions here than I did in the entire 7 years. Dr. Lee teaches the essence of Chi.
In its simplest form, Chi is energy, and it's the energy we create through movement and breath.
From my experience with music, it's flow, and it's flow that's unobstructed.
I think the Tai Chi, for my anxiety, I think Tai Chi was ultimately the best thing that ever happened to me. I learned to relax. I've learned how to manage my own stress. I've learned that I'm not in control of everything.
The Tai Chi both strengthens and relaxes at the same time.
I can get a full body workout without any pressure on my joints.
I'm able to increase my physical stamina. I can do it in such a way where I don't make myself worse. In fact, I make myself many times better.
Tai Chi is not only a relaxing of the body, but it's a quieting of the mind.
And the whole goal in Tai Chi is to have harmony in your entire stance, in your breath, in your motion. And you can tell if the Chi isn't flowing or not. And the basic, looking for that harmony within your Kung Fu and looking for that harmony within life, just like music.
The Tai Chi class, just, man, I feel so good.
At the end of it, when you finish, you should feel like you've accumulated.
Feel refreshed.
Yes, exactly.
Energized.
Exactly. And in a good way.
A life force.
Yeah, and in a good way.
I feel much better. I feel more invigorated. I have more energy, and it's easier to do even just everyday functions.
He's a compassionate leader. He meets you where you are, and he helps you be the best of who you can be.
Just as an overall better human being, that's been my biggest lesson the last 8 years coming in, to be a better human being.
One of the most profound things he had ever said to me was, you know, it's not about who's the best martial artist, it's about the person who lives their life the best. And that was enough for me.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this testimony, because how do you say thank you to somebody who gave you back your life?
He's as great as a person that I know. One of the greatest people I've ever come across in my 52 years on this earth. I love him like my father.
I love the instructors because they work with everyone at your own speed, and they're very encouraging. The students here are also very encouraging. It's like one big family.
You can see it in the students and the unity that everyone has and the friendship and the warmness between the students here.
I started talking to my classmates and learning their stories and the miracles that they've experienced or what they've gone through transforming themselves.
The martial side of it, yes, it's important, but it's more the camaraderie and the connection that you make with people, and I found that here.
There's a camaraderie there, so it makes me want to come. And with the students and instructors encouraging you to continue, you have that extra help to get over that finish line.
I came here partly to do some acupuncture and to check out the Tai Chi, and they haven't been able to kick me out yet.